records are reset. It is the month of March, and that means everybody in the mix for a Horizon League championship. The men's side gets started here on a Friday evening. 10th seeded Detroit, 7th seeded Green Bay. First of many that you'll see on the ESPN family of networks as we get closer to a 2018 champion. Welcome to the Little Caesars Horizon League Championship. Bottom 4 seeds played today, but a year ago, it took until the 5th game of the week to have a higher seeded team win, so you know things are going to be crazy when we tip it up in March. Hi everybody, with David Kaplan, I'm Will Haskins. Our annual reunion here, Cap, at the Horizon League tournament this year in brand new Little Caesars Arena. Pretty nice, fresh new digs for us this year.
Yeah, this is unbelievable. I got here, I don't know, 3 hours ago, and I walked around the building and went, wow, they've done a magnificent job.
It's March, which means things can be crazy. It can't any crazier than last year, but anything is possible when you flip the calendar this month.
Yeah, I was just talking with you, and I was thinking about it when I walked in here last year. We're seeing 1 go down, 2 go down, and we're looking at Milwaukee's making a run, and they had a rough season. That's the beauty of March Madness.
Detroit Mercy and Green Bay met just a week ago. It took 204 points to decide the matchup between these two. Both of these teams certainly know how to score. You've got some high flyers, some really guys that can fill it up and get you some buckets in this game.
We also got guys that can guard. You take a look at whether it's Small, Chapman, they can guard. That young man right there, Khalil Small, he's the best defender in the league. He's one of the best scorers in the league. And then you look inside for Detroit Mercy, and you got a 6'9" guy who really knows how to get his shot. So it should be a high-scoring affair, very entertaining.
5 Horizon League titles between these two programs, and Detroit in their road reds, even though we were just 11 miles from campus. There you see the starters, everything through Cam Chapman, who has been everything that was advertised in transferring in from Michigan, averaging a little less than 18 points a game as the Titans start with a Roshan Prince miss. Defense optional in this one, Cap, between two teams. You've got RP40, that relentless pressure from Green Bay in a sort of rebuilding campaign for Link Darner in his 3rd season. Detroit Mercy on the other side surrendering 85.5 points this season. Again, it took 107 points from Green Bay last week to win. In that game just up the road here, they've made the trip back to the Motor City. It will be a sprint as both teams look to get in transition. Khalil Small, also under 18 points a game, stepping into a scoring role this year, but Sandy Cohen has been red hot of late, averaging over 21 in 4 of his last 5. He averaged nearly 34 a game last week in the Motor City in games at Oakland and Detroit.
Really dangerous pass.
Through the lane, McFoley couldn't get it to go, and the rebound cleared by Cohen.
You can tell Green Bay's done a pretty good job at forcing Detroit into some tougher shots here early. Green Bay is looking to attack.
5 straight from Sandy Cohen III, the redshirt junior, transferred from Marquette, eligible this year, and again has really emerged as the number 2 scoring option behind Khalil Small, and showing you this in the first 90 seconds. You see the quick double on Chapman, denying him any looks. And Prince would have nothing to do with that entry pass. But a strong drive, and Cole Long gets Detroit Mercy on the board first, and a quick timeout for an untied shoe.
Well, Bakari Alexander was a really, really good player. I mean, that guy, one of the more intense front court mid-sized guys I watched, and I've been around this league a long, long time, as have you.
2nd year for Alexander, just 8-23 this year, 4-14, and a 10th place finish in the Horizon League standings. But this team has been through a lot this year, and the slate wiped clean on it. There's a team that has embraced that idea more than Detroit Mercy here this week. Good perimeter defense, but it's broken quickly by a P.J. Pipes 3.
Nice job to attack into the defender. Pretty good defense out of Detroit, and then wide open shooter on the left wing.
Pipes forcing the mishandle from Deshaundre Black, and back to Green Bay, and that man's team has a 6-point lead. Link Darner was nervous coming into this game. He knows the weapons that Detroit Mercy has, but that man won 4 games in 4 days in his first season with this program 2 years ago to win a Horizon League title. He knows what it means to win this month. Tough step back from Small, and Long clears.
You do not ever see ball on the rebound, just hand it off and walk it up. Not these two teams.
Good no look. Prince the recipient, but couldn't finish. Pipes looking to move quickly. Cohen's got a green light pretty much wherever he wants it. Oh, discard. And couldn't pull the James Harden and finish with his man on the ground.
That's a very good one, because the other day, Harden got away with a little bit of a shove. I'm not sure how much of a push there was here, but that's a shot you got to knock down. You got to complete the play.
The highlight doesn't make it to TV unless you make the shot.
Exactly right.
Still a hot shooting start for Green Bay. They've made 3 of their first 6. Prince, plenty of post touches, met by 3 defenders, and he was fouled before he could get the shot up. Again, a test of a season for the Detroit Mercy Titans, Cap. They've started 13 different players, 14 different starting lineups. At one point in time, they had 7 guys in street clothes on the bench for a game this year. And only once did Bakari Alexander say he had his entire roster at his disposal, and it was a preseason scrimmage closed to the public, as that one goes down for Deshaundre Black.
Yeah, they've had academic issues. They've had guys banged up. It just can never get any traction.
And a man who has really been charged with flipping the culture for Detroit Mercy, saying, how do you flip the culture when you can't put the guys on the floor that you want out there driving that cultural change? Small may have gotten away with a walk and somehow muscled it in through McFarland.
Yeah, I don't know how he got that to go. He's a tough, strong kid. He's real aggressive defensive, but you look at those shoulders, he looks like a free safety.
Detroit Mercy having to initiate the offense well away from the basket. Black, the ball handler. Good cross-court pass, and Chapman has really not had any opportunity to shoot the basketball and misses his first attempt of the night.
Yeah, that's not where they want him shooting it. Tough pass to complete across the court.
Small right down the lane. Look at him hanging with the soft finish and a little kiss to the left bicep to show his strength.
That'd be your signature go-to move.
2 more days in the gym, partner. Small averaging under 18, was under 10 a game last year, but boy, everybody around him departing. They lost 8 players from a year ago, and there's many ways you could attack if you were Khalil Small, and he's just put this team on his shoulders this year. McFarland, tough step back. And Detroit Mercy having to earn it the hard way right now. Cohen. He was pushed by Long on the way, but it's the perfect start right now for Green Bay.
Well, they've done a really good job at completing tough plays. That high degree of difficulty for the Phoenix.
It's always out there. The horizon. A reminder that our greatest goals are rarely attained. And as soon as you reach one, another emerges. But every day we rise and work harder, dig deeper, ask one more question, take one more shot in relentless pursuit of our horizon.
You kids hear about this rad Little Caesars lunch combo deal? 4 slices of deep dish pepperoni pizza and a 20-ounce beverage now for just $4.
Get a Little Caesars hot and ready lunch combo for the incredible price of just $4 for a limited time.
Pizza.
Today, the automotive industry is undergoing dramatic changes with the rapid implementation of electrification and autonomous technologies. So as suppliers, we need to be increasingly fast and innovative to keep up with these changes. At Hitachi, we're working closely with our other divisions and research groups to implement these innovative technologies as quickly as possible.
Get a Little Caesars large hot and ready classic for just $5.
Pizza.
2018 Horizon League Championships are sponsored by Little Caesars, home of the hot and ready pizza. There's a look at the transition this week from hockey to hoops and for the first time in this young building's history, a postseason college basketball tournament. They'll host NCAA tournament first and second round games here in a couple of weeks as well, as Little Caesars Arena has become really the flagship of downtown sports now in the greater Detroit area. You know, part of a renaissance for the area around it. It's not just about ice hockey, it's not just about the basketball as well, David Kaplan, but this facility and its strength has become a pillar of a community that's rebuilding around an area that's really thriving right now with the money that's being thrown around it.
Yeah, I was really surprised when I got here today, jumped out of an Uber and looked around. I mean, this place is awesome.
Green Bay has made 5 of its last 7 from the floor to build its largest lead of this first half. And trying to get in position was Baines underneath, and he was held.
Yeah, I think they're getting Chapman for impeding his progress. Freedom of movement is the way that the game is officiated now the last 3 or 4 years, and you can't get away with impeding the progress of a cutter going through.
Ball deflected, Pipes, right place, right time, it couldn't finish, and Chapman pulls down the rebound.
I think Pipes was looking to pass, nobody cut to the basket, and he threw it up, just didn't make the shot.
There's Chapman's range and just sort of drew the contact. Chapman, 6'9", long, rangy, first-year eligible after transferring really with Bakari Alexander from Michigan. I mean, he's an elite-level scorer.
He puts the ball on the deck here. Pretty good job at 6'9", and then just creates the contact. Does a really good job to get himself to the line. But at 6'9", he has got to lock himself in the weight room this summer. He's got to have a really good diet, and he's got to get stronger. Because if he does, he can become an exceptionally dominant player in this league.
Really the case, you had 2 heralded transfers that will be covering over the next couple of days in Chapman at Detroit Mercy, Kendrick Nunn, who led the Horizon League in scoring at Oakland. So these 2 imports here in the Motor City. But neither team really playing the type of basketball that both players expected entering this postseason. Chapman included in that. Lost his assignment on Small, and Small again muscles his way right to the tin and is still flexing.
He does such a good job at taking an upper body hit, finding a way to steady himself, and then knocking the shot down. 6 straight points for Green Bay by Small.
They have been hard-earned. Detroit Mercy needs to stay in touch right here in the first half. They leave Black alone, and he makes him pay. Deshaundre Black, just a 31% three-point shooter, but that was a huge bucket for the Titans.
Well, when you come up and attack him in that position and shock him at the top of the key, you can't show that and leave. If we get a chance to look at it again, the defender shows it, leaves, and he looks and goes, okay.
Sukjat Baines, nice little up and under, but too strong with the left hand. Chapman wants to move. Here comes McFoley. That bucket by Black snapped a 2.5-minute scoreless drought for Detroit Mercy. Prince passes out of it. McFoley 3 feet behind the three-point line, and again, they have forced a dangerous three-point shooter almost outside of his comfort zone. Overplayed on the small pass. Great ball movement. Jesperson, pure.
That was exceptional ball movement. We went from one corner to the top of the key to the short corner. That was sensational unselfishness. But watch this, as the defender's going to come up to the top of the key. He's going to show right up here. See? But now he leaves. You have to make him give the ball up or force him to put it on the deck. You can't shock him at the top of the key and then say, yeah, I did my job, I'm out.
And that was David Jesperson, who showed and then retreated. He got the 3 points back on the other end as Green Bay has started 3 of 4 from three-point range. Long. Cohen thought he was straight up, but the sophomore Cole Long will earn it at the free throw line.
So the late, great Rick Majerus, who I had the privilege of being friends with, such a wonderful coach. He had something in that situation right there that he called reach for the lights. And he would teach, as a man defending and a guy's jumping into you, if you reach out, you're going to get called every time, even if the offensive player initiates the contact. But if you reach for the lights at the top of the ceiling, the principle of what we call verticality makes the foul on the offensive player or a no call, not on the defensive player. But if you watch the replay, the hands came down. That's why the defender got the call.
Cohen right around long on the other end and finishes in a quick timeout by Bakari Alexander.
This
who has seen enough.
Not going the way Detroit drew it up. Not at all. Defense starting to break down. Here comes the dribble. Nobody rotates over. No kind of help. And Cohen gets himself to the glass.
Yeah, Detroit Mercy this year giving up 85.5 points a game. They allow opponents to shoot 48% from the floor. It's no secret. Everybody in that huddle right there knows they have struggled to play defense. So the question had to be, how could things change? And Bakari Alexander saying yesterday he thought if they could limit transition, that they could get set up. Well, there's a perfect example of where the limit was not there. As you take a look at the woes this year for Detroit Mercy when it comes to guarding the basketball.
Right, they make shots. They do, and they score, as you can see, 8.5 points a game. You cannot give up 85.5. You've got to have more buy-in defensively, and that's what Bakari is going to tell his guys this offseason. Hey, guys, we got to lock in defensively. We got to get stronger, and we got to move our feet.
Not to go complete analytic stat nerd on you, but 1.65 points per possession given up. Wow. And trying to get it back. That jumper, good from Corey Allen, who's playing hurt this year. They expect bigger things from him next year after having a All-Horizon League freshman team performance a year ago. Allen poked around, good def by Detroit Mercy, but then bailed out. Foul will be called against Jermaine Jackson Jr. And Bakari Alexander says, come on, my guys are finally playing D, and he blow the whistle.
Yeah, tough to tell where the contact is down there. Here's the pass to the short corner, and now there's the trap coming.
Match up.
Yeah, I don't know. You dribble into that position, good luck to you.
Titans showing a bit of zone here. Chris drove into a trap. Quick ball movement. Hankerson out top, and that's a big shot for Cam Hankerson, who has now started 5 in a row after Manny Patterson was lost for the year with a shoulder injury, and Hankerson was the one that Link Darner said needed to step up. Yet another Phoenix player to make a three-pointer here in the first half.
See, Detroit's just struggling to get points.
Small sacrificing the body to assure he got the steal. Small wants it. He's got the speed here against Prince and knows he can beat him in a physical contest as well. They just isolated Small. Beautiful find. Hankerson makes his second in a row. 5 of 6 from 3 for Green Bay. And they're routing Detroit Mercy here in the first 10 minutes.
Look, Green Bay at 15 threes at Oakland, 14 threes at Detroit, and they're on their way to setting a new school record, which right now is 15.
Chapman has just 1 field goal attempt in the game. They can't find him the ball. Allen, pure.
And everything's coming from way, way downtown or contested.
Small, look at that little stutter step in the lane, and Khalil Small adds another. Chapman is 0 for 2 from the field.
That's not where you want him getting his touches. It's not his game.
Cohen. Well, good job by Black to avoid the contact. Now the Titans want to try and run. And again, those threes are all coming 2 or 3 steps behind the line right now for the Titans.
Yeah, everything is a high degree of difficulty.
That one knocked out. Last touch by Black. Well, Link Darner said this is one of his best shooting teams he can remember. When you start 5 of 6 from 3, kind of hard to ignore here in the postseason. All Green Bay here early. All Green Bay in the early going. Each Horizon League school has committed to end relationship abuse by teaming up with the One Love Foundation to educate all student athletes on healthy relationship behaviors and by empowering them to be leaders driving change in their communities. To learn more about the One Love Foundation, visit joinonelove.org and connect socially with #HLCares. All part of a well-rounded effort for these student athletes, not just the athletic experience, but the worldly experience as well. For the third straight year, this Little Caesars Horizon League Championship in the Motor City, a neutral site, the women playing here as well, so all 20 teams a part of this week. There's community service efforts, not just this week, but also through the season when teams come up here to play Oakland and Detroit Mercy, and all part of that mission for the Horizon League to be more than just great athletes, but great stewards in their community as well. How does Detroit Mercy David Kaplan stop the three-point barrage that Green Bay has put on here in the first half?
They've got to do a much better job at watching stuff like that right in the middle of the lane. They're not really connected defensively, and when I say that, that means you've got to verbally pass guys along. If I'm guarding Will, you have to make sure that if Will beats me, somebody's going to rotate over. We're going to verbally talk so we don't get beat. Really nice job by Chapman there. That's where he's got to get his points.
His first basket of the evening comes at the 9:09 mark in the first half. And that just can't happen for Detroit Mercy if you're going to be successful, to have your best scorer, your leader offensively, go 10 minutes without scoring a basket or a point.
Well, the only shots he took were shots from the perimeter, a three and another contested perimeter shot, and then he missed 2 free throws. There he gets a three-point play. He's got to get more involved in the paint.
Another wide open look and another pure shot from Cam Hankerson. 36% three-point shooter. He has not touched the rim on 3 pretty strokes so far in this game. Officially had a toe on the line for one of them, but 3 of 3 from the floor, 2 of 2, make it 4 of 4 from the floor, 3 of 3 from behind the arc, as Chapman can't answer on the other end, and look at Small, leave no doubt. Small trying to muscle his way through. Great play by Deshaundre Black to hold his ground and strip it out of bounds.
Well, I'm a big fan of how Small plays. That kid plays hard. He takes pride at both ends of the court.
He is a brick wall, and again has merged, or say morphed, into a tremendous offensive player this year after really being the defensive energy guy the last few seasons. Eight to shoot. Small goes right around Jackson, drew 3 defenders. Look at the up fake. Oh, and look at that roll. You think you're having a good shooting night? That used every inch of the rim for Green Bay to now start 7 of 8 from distance.
But really nice job by Small, too, with the shot clock dripping down to make the extra pass to the open guy.
Baines in transition. Small. Look at him just look at the floor, figure out what his options were. Instead, he takes the shot, and Detroit Mercy has to call it second timeout of the half. It's a 21-point Phoenix lead.
They're just getting barbecued.
Green Bay has made 9 of its last 10 from the floor and turning this one into a laughter.
Be sure to share your experience here in the Motor City.
It's always out there. The horizon. A reminder that our greatest goals are rarely attained. And as soon as you reach one, another emerges. But every day we rise and work harder, dig deeper, ask one more question, take one more shot in relentless pursuit of our horizon.
Here in Detroit, it's time. Time to show the world what we've got. Because right now, it's game time, showtime, moving time, and time to experience Detroit for yourself. Time to taste it, hear it, feel it, witness it, and believe it. This is Detroit, and we're here to tell you, it's go time.
Pizza, so nice to meet you when I saw you at the party that day. You were high, you were Little Caesars large, hot and ready, extra most bestest with the nation's most cheese and pepperoni at the nation's best price of just $6.
Pizza, so nice to meet you. Pizza.
Green Bay has made 9 of its last 10 field goals. Many of them have been from distance and opening up a 21-point first half lead. David Kaplan, this is a new building. These players haven't really seen it. Green Bay got 30 minutes to shoot in this gym yesterday. I think it paid off.
You know what, though? This is an arena, brand new. Some of the bigger pro arenas, they don't have a good shooting background. This isn't that deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not that you look at this and go, wow, you could use this as a convention center. It's not like that, like an airplane hangar. This is a real comfortable shooting background, and you got a really good shooting team. That's a dangerous combination for Detroit Mercy.
Second straight week that Green Bay has traveled to Detroit. As we mentioned earlier, they made 14 three-pointers in their 107-97 win to close out the regular season against Detroit last week. They made 15 threes, setting a new program best in a win over Oakland on the road last week, and have made 7 of 8 to start here tonight. 4 players have made a triple for the Phoenix. Link Darner, Phoenix head coach, was nervous entering this game because of the weapons that Detroit Mercy had on its sideline. All the weapons I've seen so far tonight have been shooters wearing
for
white
Green
and
Bay.
green.
No question about it. 12-6 rebounding advantage right now for Green Bay to go with 87.5% three-point shooting.
Jackson. Detroit Mercy now 3 of 11 from 3. They've missed as many three-pointers as Green Bay has attempted and made on the other side. And Small, a rare miss. Good poke away, nice hands from Cohen. Tried to drop the pass, but Hankerson got tripped up by McFauley. That was incidental contact.
I don't know if it was him or Freddie Keebler, the court elf, got him.
Number 2, Prince back for Detroit.
See, this is just a really nice steal, but that's, again, you're not taking advantage of his skills. I can't tell if he tripped on the court or if he got tripped on a foot.
That is the first Green Bay turnover. Shots have not come easy. McFauley has a chance at a 4-point play, though.
For much needed, he hits one from way downtown. You cannot commit a foul on that play.
McFauley coming off a career-high 34 in the loss against Green Bay last weekend. And
nothing to be gained out there. Challenge the shot, put a hand up, don't leave your feet. If they make it, you tip your cap.
Again, with the way that both these teams can score, no lead in the first half is necessarily safe. Detroit Mercy have something to build off of here. The denial of Small. Hankerson, that's a tough shot, and somehow it still goes in.
They are making high degree of difficulty shots.
Hankerson hasn't missed. He's now 5 of 5 from the floor. He's got 13 to lead all scorers, and McFauley makes another. He said someone's going to get to 100.
We're certainly on the pace to do that.
Not sure if there's any free Little Caesars in it for us if someone does get to 100, but that'd be a heck of a promotion tonight.
Right, if anybody scores 100 free Little Caesars?
Yeah, why not? You can make that happen. That one knocked out. We'll stay here with the Phoenix, who again shooting 64% from the floor, 88% from behind the arc. Shot clock at 6. Chapman back in. Now trying to force the issue a bit. Allen traveled, trying to get behind the line. 5th Detroit Mercy turnover. Khari Alexander has one of the most interesting statistical anomalies on this team this year. He's got 5 different guys that got 30 in a game. Twice this year they had 2 guys get 30, including last week against this Green Bay team when Prince and McFoley each scored more than 30, as that one's tipped out and will stay with Green Bay. They'd never had 2 guys get 30 in a game, dating all the way back to 1980 in the program's history. It's happened twice this season, and in both games they lost.
They have had some amazing players come through here on top of that. Amazing.
That one knocked away, but right back into the hands of Hankerson. And it's hard to miss your 6th field goal when you're right above the rim. He's now 6 of 6. Allen bumped on the way through. Well, Link Darner said that the key to success in this game and this week was Cam Hankerson. I think he's delivered here so far.
Well, it does a good job to corral it, but look at that. Nobody rotates over. I mean, if I'm Bakari, I'm saying, guys, do you see that they beat the defender? You've got to slide along the baseline and at least contest that shot.
Sort of a home game for Hankerson from nearby Novi, Michigan. 2nd straight weekend, getting to play in front of friends and family and putting on a show here in downtown Detroit. 2 good looks there from Corey Allen. He'll exit, Black back in, as the Titans just trying to whittle this down a little bit to a more manageable distance. And again, trailing by as many as 21 here in the first half. Hankerson again, and he'll head to the free throw line. That one was going to bring the bench to full eruption if he'd been able to hammer that one down.
Well, he beats Black off the dribble, but then it was the C's parted and he got himself to the rim, and then you got some rotation over and at least a good hard foul.
First miss for Hankerson tonight. Free throw line is what gets him. 6th straight game in double figures as he's stepped in. Green Bay's had to play a little bit smaller since Manny Patterson, their rim protector, 6'8" freshman, went out with a shoulder injury 5 games ago. Hankerson's made them faster, more athletic, and more versatile offensively, and he has been the weapon here tonight.
Great trap.
May have dragged the pivot foot. And Prince, the recipient, on the other end, and that kind of sums up the shooting percentages in the first half as that one rolled out. And now Roshan Prince will have to go to the line for 2.
Boy, you watch these and you think, well, those rims are tight, and then you look at Green Bay shoot the ball and no issue whatsoever. This is a really good trap, and then a really nice pass by Black. Just can't get it to go down. Does a good job to stay with it.
Prince, a grad transfer from Long Beach State, just trying to give Detroit Mercy some toughness and some experience this year. And Bakari Alexander has really said that guys like Josh McFoley and Cam Chapman have learned a lot from Prince in terms of what it takes from a work ethic standpoint that he hopes will transition into their senior seasons next year. Small left alone. Can't get into the 3-point part.
Wasn't invited.
There was an open invitation for Green Bay here in this first half, although they've missed now for the first time from 3-point range since early in this game, and that one was last off the fingertips of Deshaundre Black. Good hustle there from Hunter Christ.
Nice job to get up and attack the dribbler right here, and he just gets a little lazy with the ball right there. He's trying to call the play out and just ends up turning it over.
Cohen had it deflected, and then Christ couldn't corral it, and that will lead us to a timeout. Trailing by as many as 21, Detroit Mercy trying to claw their way back in this one. First of 2 evening games as we get started here in 2018. The Horizon League is comprised of 10 public and private institutions that have impressive academic reputations and storied traditions of broad-based athletic programs. 7 schools located in top 36 media markets and over 600 live events appear annually on the Horizon League network on ESPN3. To learn more, visit horizonleague.com. Welcome this year, IUPUI. Trying to join the long list of storied athletic programs in the league. None older in the Horizon League than Detroit Mercy playing in this opener of this Little Caesars Horizon League Championship. No original members left, Cat, but the year after the Horizon League was formed, Detroit Mercy joined the party. They've been here ever since.
What was the year that it became Horizon?
That would be... You got to quiz me. I got all these cards with all this information on it. You got to give me something that's on the cards. 2002? 3?
I'm going to say it was before that.
We'll go to the crack research department and get an answer to you. Long missing the 3. Small had a shoe come off for a minute before he could bring it up the court. And if you're just tuning in, Green Bay is now 7 of 11 from three-point range. They started 7 of 8 of their first 8 to build at one point a 21-point lead. There's a foul whistled on Green Bay's Cam Hankerson.
Yeah, I think they got so much confidence banging those shots early. They've settled. That's the first pass into the front court, and it's going up. And I think at times when they were able to make the extra pass, that's when they got the best look.
Already in a double bonus. If there's one thing you can point a finger at here in the first half, you've got 3 Phoenix players with 2 personals. Hankerson just picking up his second. Pipes and Christ each have 2, so double bonus in effect for Detroit. World-renowned statistician Tim Murray over here, Cap, with the note. 2001, the year that the Horizon League changed. It was the
MCC before that.
Midwestern Collegiate Conference before that.
Yep.
And a couple of different nomenclatures through the years,
and our great commissioner John Leckrone has been the commissioner since 1992.
You were still coaching in '92, weren't you, Ken?
Nope, no? I got done coaching in '86, and I scouted in the NBA until '92, I believe.
Small, just daring the defender, but Green Bay may have gotten a little bit trigger happy from three-point range, missing their last 4. Touched out, will stay here with Detroit.
Yeah, I think trigger happy is the right way to put it. Yeah, it was the Midwestern City, 79-85, Midwestern Collegiate, 85-01, and then became the Horizon League. Cleveland State came in 94, Detroit in 1980.
McFoley misses after making 2 straight from distance. Small. Impeded by Corey Allen. That is the 6th team foul against Detroit Mercy. First on Allen. Chapman and Jackson Jr. each have 2. And a forgettable first half for Detroit Mercy's leading scorer, Cameron Chapman, averaging 18 a game. Has just 3 points, just 4 shots. McFoley with the steal. The race is on. Small will not challenge.
What a great steal. He read that the whole way, and all of a sudden, they've crept back from 21 down to 13. Now, this is just a really, really good read. Look at that.
Look at the speed from the lefty, Josh McFoley. Just one of 2 players this year for Detroit Mercy to play in all 31 games. Again, bemoaning their injury struggles and eligibility struggles this year, but he's one of 2 with Cam Chapman that are going to try and turn this thing around next year, and it could start this week. And look, Bakari Alexander, it was a quick phone call, as you see the numbers on McFoley, 9th in school history in made 3-point baskets. Bakari Alexander was on the staff at Michigan with Laval Jordan. Laval Jordan goes to Milwaukee last year, leads them from this spot, the 10 seed in the tournament, all the way to the championship game. And I said, well, did you ask for advice? He said, of course I did. And he said he used the same quote that Laval used last year with Milwaukee, and it was asking his team, hey, do you think we can beat everybody in this league on a neutral floor? And the team responded and said, yes, we do. Let's go do it then. Milwaukee almost did it to pull off the ultimate as Jesperson makes the 8th three in the first half for Green Bay.
Much better job, though. Where'd it go first? Into the paint. Best way to a clean perimeter look by going inside out rather than settling for the first quick one.
Chapman. Boy, it has been hard, tough sledding in the lane for Cam Chapman in this one. Prince commits the foul and will walk the other way to shoot one in the bonus.
This is how you get yourself a good three. You go inside, now you kick it back. How many red shirts were guarding the ball in the paint? 4. Gives you a wide open look.
Give the possession to the Phoenix. That was the 7th foul.
Great pass
on Detroit Mercy. It didn't appear to be player control. Baines couldn't convert. This is a pivotal minute and change here for Detroit Mercy. McFoley, good cleanup effort. Just 6'1", but going down there to earn the 2.
He's playing hard. I give him a lot of credit. He's working at the defensive end there. He does a really good job on the glass.
Small. Simple penetration, and he'll have 2. 8 points for Khalil Small, who, again, I don't think there's a player from a physical standpoint that can deny him coming down the lane in this league.
No, because he's so big in the
Height
shoulders.
Maybe, but not strength.
Correct. You might be able to smother him if you're that much bigger, but you let him get his body into you, you're not going to stop him.
6'2", and I think 215 might be generous. There's enough muscle on that upper frame. 225 easily in play for Khalil Small.
When Detroit came in, I had their game at Illinois, Chicago, and you count them out at times, and all of a sudden they'll bang 4 threes on you, and they're right back in the basketball game. So they've got to just get better shot selection and not settle for the first available look.
Small into double figures. He and Hankerson both there. Hankerson with a game-high 16. Small now has 10. Long. Worst shot in basketball right there. The fadeaway 20-footer. Jesperson. One of the transition 3, and that'll be an offensive foul.
He had a decent look. There's the kick. He has it. Now he thinks, I can improve upon that. Great job by the guys in red. How many guys attacked the ball? 3. Swarmed it and took the charge. Well done.
Prince drew it. And with 40 seconds left, probably not enough time for a 2-for-1 situation here for Detroit Mercy, although these two teams have to play with enough pace, anything's possible. Black's going to try and make it 2-for-1.
Tough shot.
Got the first one to go.
Poor job defensively and a really tough shot by Black to finish that.
Cohen trying to get rid of Black. And just a second differential between game and shot, so they can play for the final here. TJ Parham is in for the first time for Green Bay that last time out and wasn't ready for that pass coming back. And Detroit Mercy will get the final shot in this half.
That was just a lazy pass out to the top. Just caught it and threw it back out. Just Link Darner none too pleased with that play by Baines.
Small almost picked the pocket. We're going to say that last touch. They're going to say it was last off the hand of Small. But 3 seconds run off the clock. Now Green Bay can really pressure the ball and force a poor shot. McFoley going to heave from 35. That does not have the distance. And Green Bay hangs 47 on the board here in the first half and looked comfortable doing it, Cap.
They looked really comfortable. They got real good looks. Thought they settled down the stretch. Too many quick threes, but boy, when they got in rhythm and went inside out, they were tough.
Cam Hankerson, 16 to lead the way for Green Bay in the first half. The Phoenix shoot 56% from the floor, 62% from three, and have a commanding lead at the break. Red hot first half of shooting for Green Bay, and a big lead to boot at half here at the Little Caesars Horizon League Championship. As we welcome you back inside the arena. And pleased to be joined by the athletic director at Green Bay. He's Charles Guthrie, who's still fresh into the job, just started back in November. I think if this team continues to shoot like this,
yes,
you're going to get a contract extension in addition to the one I'm sure that Link's going to be asking for. Pretty happy start for your team.
Definitely
right now.
A great start for the team. We're starting to come together a little bit. We had a lot of new pieces that we were trying to gel early on in the year, and I think if you look at our last 3 games, we're starting to come together at the right time. So that's really exciting for our basketball program, and more excited for Link. I'm happy for Link as well.
And when you look at this program and what it's meant in terms of the success that it's had, especially the last couple of years, I mean, everybody's familiar with the first year of Motor City Madness, the 4 wins in 4 days, in Coach Darner's first year here. As you've gotten to know him and this program and the places that he wants to take it, how's your role as a new athletic director in working with a program that's now starting to really get its legs underneath it with Lynx here in his 3rd year?
Well, I always approach things as a supporter. I think when you take the role as athletic director, if you're a supporter and try to find out what you can do to help the program go along, that's what I do. I try to stay out of the way of the coaches as much as possible because they're supposed to be the artists, and I'm behind. I'd like to provide the tools, the pencils, the paint, but they're the artists, and I just let them go after it. And you're starting to see the fruits of his labor. You're starting to see a good picture of what we're going to be like. So that's really exciting.
And championships in basketball in this league and Green Bay are synonymous because of just what the women's program has done historically over the years. And here we are, another #1 seed this year, tournament favorites entering. They'll be here on ESPN3 tomorrow.
Right.
To have that energy in the building, to have 2 programs that have had such success, especially recently with the men and the women for the last 15, 20 years, what's it like every day in the office to have that environment, to know that success isn't just something you're striving for, it's been the norm over the last couple of decades?
Well, when I took the position at UW Green Bay, one thing that was obvious, they were off to the races in a lot of good areas. So I'm here to try to enhance us and take us to another level. I don't think we've reached our ceiling. I think we got a little way to go. But having 2 really good basketball programs and also a volleyball team, our volleyball team played for the Horizon League Championship. Our men's soccer team played for the Horizon League Championship. So I'm coming in a good situation. And my job is not to, kind of mess it up and just take it to the next level and stay out of the way in the sense that let the coaches do their jobs. And I think when you do that, you'll have success, and the consistency is the key. I mean, if you look at any, sports programs in the country, athletics, teams that are consistent continue to win at a high clip, and they have success. And the new students coming in know what they're getting themselves into, and you have that built-in tradition. So being at Green Bay is a lot of excitement. I walk around every day with a smile on my face. I think the morale is really high in the department from the staffers. Yeah. We're all committed to making sure the student-athletes have a nice time when they're there at Green Bay.
It's been fun to call many of those championships a continued success, and if they keep shooting 62% from 3, I figure a lot of successes in the future as well. Thanks so much for your time.
Well, thank you, and I want to thank the Horizon League. Detroit is amazing. What an amazing facility, and our student-athletes to be able to play here in this facility is just outstanding, and kudos to the Horizon League and their staff. They're doing a wonderful job.
Charles Guthrie, AD at Green Bay, as Phoenix have a 14-point lead at the half. More to come here from Little Caesars Arena after this. All Green Bay in this one, trying to make it 3-0 this year against Detroit Mercy. They scored 95 and 107 in the 2 wins earlier this year. 47 in the first half, including 8 of 13 from three-point range. It has been a Phoenix offensive clinic. We'll have more stats, including first half highlights, coming up right after this.
A reminder that our greatest goals are rarely attained.
With David Kaplan, I'm Will Haskett, getting set for the start of the second half between Detroit Mercy and Green Bay. An absolute clinic in the first half, Cap, by the Phoenix, who started 7 of 8 from three-point range, and a lot of them weren't contested. Detroit Mercy came into this postseason saying, look, if we're going to win a game, we got to play defense. I'm speechless after that.
They didn't do a very good job, at passing guys along going, hey, I got Will, he beat me. Yep. Somebody slide over, gave up a lot of open threes. And I thought when Green Bay relaxed, got the ball inside, and then kicked it back out, or when Small made a move and then made a pass, they were really good. Then they got a little full of themselves. I could make any shot. And they settled with first pass across, let me go up for three. When they take care of the ball, they shouldn't lose this basketball game. But we know Detroit has firepower.
All right, you want to see how to make a lot of threes? Let's take a look at those first half highlights, because Green Bay had the stroke working early. Cam Hankerson made 3 from distance. This was the first of his 3 triples from long range. PJ Pipes made a couple. There was the ball movement that set up good looks. It wasn't just guys making shots. It was guys getting shots in the right spots.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. There's the pass to the short corner. I'm open, boom. And here comes Small. Just does a really good job at always moving without the ball. That's just a tough shot. You tip your cap and go, tough. For Detroit Mercy, look, they made a couple of deep shots, but boy, they took some really deep threes. And the degree of difficulty is so tough that you're just going to shoot yourself in the foot that way. Then Chapman gets his pocket pick there. Here's a really nice job with the pass inside. And they get the shot to not drop there, but he stays with it on the offensive glass, and he ends up getting the free throw and making 2 free throws.
Sort of put it in perspective, Green Bay outscores Detroit Mercy from the three-point line by 9, but they took 5 less shots to get there. This sort of shows how efficient that first half was for the Phoenix.
Yeah, the Phoenix, again, if they will settle down, let's make the right pass and then get the right look, and shoot all the threes you want, just not the first pass across.
Detroit Mercy threw up 61 points in a comeback effort when these two teams met a weekend ago. They may need it again to keep their season alive. Second half next. The 2018 Horizon League Championships are sponsored by Little Caesars. Pizza ready when you are. That gorgeous shot. It was not that gorgeous 24 hours ago. In fact, several teams struggled to get into town yesterday that had to travel because of the winter storm that has now turned into a full-blown East Coast crippling nor'easter. But about 4 or 5 inches of snow fell last night. Wet, heavy sort of snow, 30, 40 mile an hour winds, whiteout conditions at times. But
yeah, I called you, and
you had no idea, my friend.
I said, I'm on my way to the airport. You're like, better check your flight, kid. I got in late, 1 a.m., rolled in. Of course, you were in your suite. You're just big time.
White knuckle driving the whole way up here. I don't know how big time that is. Second half, does Detroit Mercy have a season-saving spurt in them? Is that pass intended for Hankerson and not on the same page as Sandy Cohen III? That is the 7th Green Bay turnover. It took them 10 minutes till they got their first in the first half, and now started to give the ball away.
First 3 minutes for me, if I'm coaching, guys, 3 minutes. Give me 3 really hard minutes. Let's see where we're at. 14 down. You want this thing 8, 7, somewhere in single digits, and then game on.
Oh, look at McFoley. Use the contact to get separation, and Prince is there. I'm not necessarily sure he's the one that tapped it in, but he's going to get credit for it. Turnover and a bucket on the other end.
See at the 17-minute mark where they're at.
Small settle.
See, again, that's the first open look. I'm going up.
Chapman. Well, that was pure the whole way. 5-0 spurt out of the locker room. And for the first time in a long time, the lead is down to single digits.
There you go. Minute in, and you got it to single digits.
Pipes. Straight up in the air went black, but they say the momentum of the jump carried him into it.
Watch the Chapman 3. Does a good job here. Sets his feet, and now he steps into the shot. It wasn't, I haven't got a shot in a while, let me get one. This was, hey, I'm open, let me set my feet, let me get my elbow in, and now let me load up, and he knocks it down.
6'9" and a 41% three-point shooter. It is the prototypical modern college basketball player, as PJ Pipes says, Green Bay's first points of the second half. They get another Chapman look here. Chapman tried to flash to the basket, but Black was already going the other way. 7 to shoot. Clear out for Prince, and they'll get Cohen with the hand check. 4 on the shot clock. It's a bailout foul call whistled against Green Bay. Second foul on Cohen, so you have 5 Phoenix players with 2 personal fouls. Black step back look. Not in the flow of the offense, but right there to clean things up. Cole Long with the second chance opportunity.
Yeah, I don't know about the step back. That was not a good decision, but really good job by Cole Long on the offensive glass. He went ball hunting, but he also found a body, and he was able to get the angle and come up and then complete the play.
Good ball reversal, but better closeout by McFoley, who then poked the ball away. Small comes up with it and is fouled by Long.
Look how much better Detroit is defensively here. I am guaranteeing you that Bakari Alexander was none too quiet at halftime, because they've come out with a much better effort defensively.
Small, 10 first half points. One of 3 Phoenix players already in double figures in this game. You see he's having to work for those 10 points, including 4 misses from 3-point range. Long on the outlet. Good hesitation and could only flip it out on the miss. Prince with a great find from McFoley.
Real good bounce in the step here out of Detroit. Very impressive what their head coach was able to get them to do here early second half.
Prince just wrestling it away from Pipes. It'll be a jump ball, and the possession arrow will take it back to Detroit Mercy. It's a home game for the fans here, and they are to their feet right now applauding this second half effort by the Titans.
Well, we haven't even gotten to the 3-minute mark, and they got a chance here with a home run ball to get it to a 5-point game. They were 21 down.
Chapman. There's your 3 ball.
There you go.
5-point game.
And now they got a bounce in their step, and they're right back in it.
Green Bay still looking for its first field goal of the second half. Another turnover. Up ahead. Black can't save the pass from McFoley. Bakari Alexander still applauding, and Link Darner calls timeout to try and settle things down and stall the momentum. Once trailing by as many as 21. Cam Chapman's hit 2 from long distance in the second half, and Detroit Mercy refuses to go quietly into the night. Got ourselves a ball game in this one. 5-point game in a matchup between 10th seeded Detroit Mercy, which has never led at any point in this contest, trailed by as many as 21 with David Kaplan. I'm Will Haskett. A year ago, the 10 seed made it all the way to the championship. The first 4 games in this Horizon League tournament were all won by the lower seeded team. We've seen crazy things happen. Why not a 21-point comeback in our first game of this 2018?
Every time
version?
you and I seem to work together, we see something goofy happen. I just think right now, that guy right there, Bakari Alexander, has done a really good job of getting his guys to buy in to, let's hit the reset button, guys. And they have come all the way back here quick at 5 down, and now they've just come up with another loose ball.
Black steals it away, and then right on top of him was Cohen to get the possession back on the changeover for the arrow. But how about Deshaundre Black, the senior? His 24th steal. Showing good hustle and good fight for a Titans team that Look, it's been a rough season. Injuries, guys not able to play. Labor through a 4-14 season. Very easy to be down 21 in the first half, Cap, and just roll over.
It is. You go, we're not going to the tournament. We're not. Whenever we're done, we're done. 21 down, most teams would give up.
Small fouled on his way to the rack, and he'll head to the line for 2. As Green Bay still has not made a field goal here in the second half, and trying to preserve the lead by steady trips to the free throw line.
Number 3, Small, shooting 2.
Look at Link Darner. Link was a good player. Great coach at the D2 level, but played at Purdue. Really good player. Could really shoot it.
Small has a dozen. If he makes this next one, he will pass his old teammate Carrington Love and move into 14th in the all-time scoring list for the Phoenix. And he indeed does. A little breathing room here for Green Bay, but Detroit Mercy has made this a game a lot quicker than anybody expected here in the second half. Volley. Tried to sell the contact, didn't get it. Pipes running. Cohen's been quiet since an early couple of baskets. Pipes through the lane. Drag the foot. 10 turnovers now for Green Bay, and that will take us to yet another timeout.
And it took them forever to turn their first one over. Struggling a bit.
Detroit Mercy finding some D at the perfect time. Detroit Mercy out of the gates, playing well in the second half, shooting it well, defending it well. David Kaplan doing everything they can to get back in this basketball game.
Yeah, they're taking care of the ball much better. We saw Chapman bang down a 3, but I thought their defensive effort, their defensive intensity has been the real key. That's unselfish right there, passing the ball. There's Chapman making a deep 3, but at the other end, they got buy-in from that guy, their head coach.
Detroit Mercy has started this half 5 of 7 from the floor. They're 2 of 3 from three-point range. And on the other side for Green Bay, the Phoenix have attempted just 2 field goals this entire half. They're 0 of 2 from the floor.
To piggyback that, listen to their possessions. Turnover, missed 3, 2 free throws made by Pipes, 1 of 2 from the line by Small, jump ball that went to UD Mercy, a turnover, 2 free throws by Small, and a turnover. That's it.
Chapman. He's got 8 here in the second half.
That was a really good job to take the hit and then have that soft touch.
Look at Black surrounding the basketball. Defense closing out well for Detroit Mercy here in the second half. Cohen working at Long. Couldn't get him in the air, but that is a real tough shot. And it takes nearly 5 minutes for Green Bay to hit its first field goal. Chapman again. Look out! Oh, and he's got words for Khalil Small, too.
He does. I don't know if I would want to fire up Small because that guy plays hard. Here's another one. He's feeling it. Another open look. Buries it. And right away.
11 second half points for Cam Chapman. And you watch these stretches, Cap, and you wonder how he just can't take over games in this league every night.
Got to get stronger. Got to get in the weight room. If he wants to make money at this game, get in the weight room. He has the skill set.
There he came skying in for the rebound, but couldn't corral it. But Long read the pass. Hold on.
Well, all of a sudden, it's a 2-point ball game. Almost every bit of a 21-point lead is gone.
11th Green Bay turnover. Detroit Mercy scored 14 off of him in this game. Hankerson can't silence it, but look at Small. A man's rebound. couldn't finish, but he'll go back to the line.
Yeah, I don't like the shot selection in the corner, but with that kid, number 3, Small is a stud. This is just not a great job passing the ball, but a great job reading that pass and the dunk. And now the bench is alive. They've got some fan support here, and they're right back in it.
And the winner of this one gets top, or I should say second-seeded Wright State tomorrow in the second round of the tournament. And keep in mind, this is the 3rd year that Motor City Madness has been going on, a neutral site championship for the Horizon League. In the last 2 years, the 10 seed has won 3 games, Cap. Seeds 1 and 2 have won none.
That's the beauty of March.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Beauty of March.
No foul called as Deshaundre Black tried to spin, but it will remain Titans ball. Chapman. Well, it looks like a different human being right now playing, even though he couldn't finish, but Prince is there for the man's finish.
2 different games here.
Hankerson forced it. And then Chapman was fouled by Small, trying to dish the outlet to McFarland.
Here comes Chapman. He's much more aggressive in the post there. And then Prince just bounce and go right back up. Get a 21-point lead. And they were playing well, unselfish, sharing the ball. You're not seeing the same offensive flow out of Green Bay, and Detroit's at a different level intensity-wise.
To say, how much of it is the change in just the lack of apathy by Detroit Mercy on defense? They just look like a completely more inspired team on that side of the basketball court.
No question about it.
McFarley. Roof would have blown off this building, and they're going to get Jesperson pushing Prince out of the way. That'll be his 3rd foul, 4th on Green Bay in the half. That 3 would have given Detroit Mercy its first lead of the night.
They've gotten points by going inside. Chapman, Prince. Don't settle for the first quick 3.
McFarley exits, as does Black. Freshman Jermaine Jackson Jr., who they're very high on, is in, and Corey Allen is also in as well. He'll inbound for Detroit Mercy. Chapman wants it. Long can't get it to him. Chapman. Look at that range.
Okay,
and the steal.
A different human being than we watched in the first half. That is a primo, big-time move.
First time we've been tied since it was goose eggs up. Small forced the issue. Here come the Titans. Allen. Chapman wants it. They couldn't get it across to him. Prince facing Baines. Great dump down the long, and the Titans have the lead. Another timeout by Green Bay. A 23-point reversal with 7:47 to go. First half, it was a 21-point lead. The Titans come all the way back and taste what it's like to lead for the first time. The 2018 Horizon League Championships are sponsored by Little Caesars, world's easiest way to pizza. Inside Little Caesars Arena, those in red and blue thrilled with the second half spurt by Detroit Mercy.
So Cameron Chapman, first half, 1 of 5 from the floor. He had 3 points. That's it. This half, 5 of 6 from the floor, 13 points. While Green Bay as a team this half, 1 of 7 from the floor, 5 turnovers.
7 minutes and 40 seconds into this half, and Detroit Mercy has outscored Green Bay in this half 25-9.
It's great to have a great stat man here.
I got that one on my own. I'll have to point that out.
I think he wrote that out for me.
Where does Green Bay go to find offensive continuity?
They pass the ball and get good looks. They got Jesperson to go through the lane and then kick it to the wing to Hankerson.
Hankerson has a game-high 19. That was his 5th made threes, 5 of 6 from distance. He continues to be the key to success for the Phoenix. Cohen poked it away. Long retreats to midcourt. Still plenty of time to shoot. Long goes right down the lane and got fouled. How does Cohen allow that to happen?
I don't know, and I don't know where another white shirt is to take away that dribble penetration down the middle of the lane. I thought Green Bay in the first half really got some pride defensively, and they got up passing lanes, and they really attacked. And now it looks like Detroit put on those jerseys and Green Bay switched.
Really a big key to this one, too, you have to look for Detroit Mercy is they had forced just 1 turnover in about 10, 11 minutes of action. We're down 20 points. They found a way. They forced 5 turnovers late in that first half. Maybe didn't turn them into points, but at least showed some willingness to guard. Hankerson draws deep, and Cohen wasn't ready to shoot. Hankerson get it right back. Look at this shooting performance by Cam Hankerson. He's 2 off of a career high.
He just showed some bounce, just boom, right to his spot.
6 of 7 from deep, 22 points for the sophomore. Small stripped it away down the lane. And Allen had it knocked away by Jesperson, and Detroit Mercy fortunate to maintain.
Green Bay's got to get a little more out of Cohen, too. We saw him early assert himself. We have not seen that as of late.
Chapman nowhere to go and threw it away. Hankerson's going to match his career high now. Not for lack of effort from that young man here tonight. Seven straight from Hankerson out of the timeout. Chapman. Tough feed. And Allen was short with it. Green Bay trying to reclaim control, but Cohen mishandled it. Trying to get a timeout, and they will grant it to Green Bay. One timeout, I believe, remaining for the Phoenix after that one was whistled and granted for Cohen, and that was fortunate because the possession era was going to send it right back to Detroit Mercy.
Do they have, what, they have 1 left? Or was that their last? They have 1 left? They have 1 left.
So they'll chat things over as Detroit Mercy, happy bunch in that huddle, but seen a little bit of challenge from Green Bay. What has changed since the last time out for the Phoenix?
Well, they've gotten some shots. First of all, they got Small to go down the middle of the lane, Jesperson to go down the middle, and then kick to an open shooter at the wing. And Hankerson's, he's having a career night, and he's banked 2 shots from the corner. Get your points via the pass versus, hey, we're going to cross half court and I'm open, I'm going to shoot.
So again, a spurt from Cam Hankerson, matching a career high with 24 points. 7 of them coming in this little run by Green Bay to reclaim the lead in this one. As you see, just a difference. 12 less field goal attempts to make 11 here in the second half for Detroit Mercy. It's exactly what Link Darner for Green Bay said. You know, points to last week. Yes, his team scored 61 and 1 on the road at Detroit Mercy. They had a big lead in this one, but guess what? They know what's possible. Detroit Mercy came back and scored 61 after halftime last week to make it interesting in the second half. They're doing the same here, a second half surge.
Well, they're not only making shots, but they're playing with passion. There's some real want to defensively. Here we go, 2-3 zone out of Detroit. Different look.
Jesperson, boy, tried to sell the contact instead of focusing on the shot, but Small has his 8th rebound. Well, what a dangerous pass that was through a couple of hands. Hankerson, unconscious.
He's unconscious. He's absolutely unconscious right now. He needs to just keep shooting the ball because he is feeling it.
He's made 7 3-pointers in this game. His career high made threes was 4.
Offensive foul, illegal screen inside. Dangerous pass, as you called it. And then here's the kick, and he just rises up and buries it.
He is single-handedly given the Phoenix now a 3-possession advantage, which with still 9 minutes to play is not a big deal, but at least gives them a sense of control
like they've
in a game they lost.
Righted the ship.
Prince is on him. Cohen, Hankerson. Yep.
Oh my God. He just flexed his muscle like. Wow.
He has matched his total of threes made in the last 2 weeks in one night. Black silences the run. That was an 11-0 Cam Hankerson run, snapped by Black. I mean, you gotta let him shoot it again, don't you?
You have to. Find him.
Cohen wants to get into the act.
Well, this is just like the first half. All of a sudden, the points are coming in bunches for Green Bay here.
Small, recipient at the right time. 3-on-1, throws it up. Cohen!
Oh!
Top shelf service.
They have found their stride again. Wow!
Timeout, Detroit Mercy. Top 4, Garcon. Green Bay back in control. Green Bay has reclaimed control, and David Kaplan, it's Cam Hankerson's world. We're just living in it.
I mean, he's ridiculous right now. You know, the dunk's fine, but it's the shots like that. Shot clock's down to 1. They're going to make a pass. Just flip it to him. Shot clock expires. Boom. Drills it again. I mean, the band is going nuts. They know they're watching something you don't normally get to see.
Again, Hankerson setting a new career high, 24 coming into tonight. And this has been coming for him. His 5th straight start, again, inserted back into the starting lineup after Manny Patterson went down with injury. You look at his numbers over the last stretch, where he shot it above 50% from 3-point range dating back to the end of January, including a good performance last week and a 4 for 8 shooting performance at Oakland and combined with at Detroit Mercy, but 7 of 8 tonight from 3-point range. And some backbreakers here in the second half. Chapman going right to work and Drew Baines.
Okay, see, that's just not even fair. He just completely dominated there. This kid will lock himself in the weight room. This kid can make money at this game.
Hankerson in the flow of the offense, not necessarily looking for his shot. 12 to shoot. Cohen. Baines drive, that's an offensive foul. He hooked Corey Allen.
No question about it. They went away from Hankerson. Get him the ball. Got a guy on a heater. At the crap table, do you walk away from a guy on a heater? You do not.
There was a timeout, If you took a bathroom break while you're at the table and you came back to it,
you left your chips sitting up there.
The table would be cold now.
No chance.
Detroit Mercy with their backs against the wall. Again here in the second half. Chapman started hot in the second half to get him back into it. Gave up a shot, and instead it's Jermaine Jackson Jr. who drills the triple.
That was a deep three, and they needed it desperately. Hanging around. 7 down.
7 minutes to go. These teams have combined to make 21 three-pointers. Make it 22.
Wow. Unbelievable.
9 now for David Jesperson. He's 3 of 4 from distance. Corey Allen.
I mean, I'm seeing guys make shots where if I'm coaching, I'm going, no! Yeah, great job.
Imagine being Scott Nagy, head coach of Wright State, on the scout for this matchup tomorrow as the 2 seed, saying no matter who wins this game, we'll have to guard that three-point line. Hankerson, all of the attention, and drew 2 guys into the air, and he's got 32. All we need right now is a guy running up and down the court with a microphone. It's turned into a good old-fashioned playground game. Up and down, shots galore, pipes. McFoley will go to the line for 2.
Well, that's just a poor job of finding McFoley. Smallest guy in the court, slithers in with a really nice job to come up with the rebound. Watch this by Hankerson. Takes Jackson Jr., head and shoulder fake, gets 2 guys up, and then he just drops it.
And Hankerson not very far away from here, his hometown of Novi, Michigan. Just a sophomore.
Isn't that where the number 6 stop is?
He is going to be a force to be reckoned with in this league over the next couple of seasons. And look, averaged 10.1 a game this year coming into it, but for those of us that have votes in the All Horizon League ballots, this performance right here is going to get him some votes going into next season, no doubt. It's a focal point in Link Darner's offense. Still just an 8-point game for the Titans. Plenty of time on the clock with the way these 2 teams like to get up and down the floor. Small, undercut by Prince, and he'll head to the line.
He's a little too quick for Prince. Prince is a big, tough, physical kid. He just doesn't have the foot speed to stay with Small, who's so aggressive and so quick.
And 2 teams that pride themselves on speed. They both rank inside the top 25 in the country in tempo or adjusted tempo, if you're up to date with those statistics, which effectively measures how many possessions you get yourself each and every ball game. These 2 teams earn more than almost any team in the country with the pace in which they play. In a league, Cap, that has really morphed in the last 10 years from being a grind-out defensive game in the 60s sort of league to a lot of teams now playing at tempo here in the Horizon.
Yeah, how much fun is it to watch that way? I love watching basketball played that way.
Small extends back out to a double-digit lead. Allen threw it up for Prince. That was an awkward series for Detroit, and Allen compounds it by fouling on the way down. That will be the 7th foul against Detroit Mercy, and will walk the other way for free throws.
When you started this season returning Division I minutes among Horizon League teams, Northern Kentucky had 5,318 minutes coming back. Milwaukee, 5,244. UIC, 5,238, and still a very young team. Detroit, 5,075. Green Bay, just 1,365. 10th in the Horizon.
And 9th place was 2,000 minutes more experienced.
Yep,
than Green Bay this year.
IUPUI at 33.59.
Certainly a turning of the page for that man's program this year, losing 8 players from a season ago. 6 graduated, 2 transferred. And Small has been the upperclassman leader. Look at him. He's had the defensive assignment against Chapman after he made a couple of early buckets. He's giving up 7 inches to Chapman.
He works at it, though.
Pushing him right off the ball. Prince couldn't get there. Cohen clears. Detroit Mercy's running out of ball game right now. And Cohen's going to shoot too.
I feel like Detroit is running out of gas that we really pushed hard, and now they're getting beat back down the floor again. I think they're tired.
Well, remember the Detroit Mercy start from the field in this half. Now in the second half, they've scored 38 points. They're shooting 58% from the floor and 50% from the three-point line. But on the other side, Green Bay, 56% from the floor, 71% from the three-point line. Detroit Mercy's having a phenomenal second half offensively, but the defense hasn't maintained.
Has not been able to hang with them. They had their run, 7-8 minute spurt where I thought they were really locked in, connected defensively, and they have lost that. I think they're just tired.
Cohen's got a quiet 15. 4 players in double figures for Green Bay, headlined by the career-high 32 from Hankerson. Chapman got Small in the air and is able to finish. By the way, all 85 points for Green Bay have come from their starters. Odd rise up there for Cohen, but he knew it immediately and ran it down. Hankerson wants it top of the key. Heat check time. He's now 7 of 9 from three-point range. I think you and I were the 2 most disappointed people in the building when we missed that.
We were waiting to see if we could get another one.
And it will take us to a timeout. Cam Hankerson human for the moment, but Green Bay 4 minutes away from the second round. Awards handed out earlier this week. All Horizon League performers. Khalil Small, tip of the cap to not just a great career, but a great year in rising into the alpha male role for Green Bay. Playing in this one here today. We'll see those on that list later on throughout the course of the tournament. Cam Chapman, a second-team performer for Detroit Mercy on that second team, including Loudon Love. He's kind of the future of the Horizon League. The only underclassman on the first or second team this year, also the Horizon League Freshman of the Year. Wright State and Love and company will face the winner of this one tomorrow in the second round. And I would imagine the pace of that game will be a little slower than the one we've seen here on the opening night of this 2018 Little Caesars Horizon League Championship.
Scott Nagy will dictate that.
Yes.
No, you mentioned Grant Benzinger.
Yep.
His dad, Todd, was a really good baseball player. And Scott Nagy's brother-in-law, Todd Hollinsworth, who was the Rookie of the Year for the Dodgers back in '96. So a little baseball connection here.
Can I use those tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely.
You won't be here with me.
I will not. I will be in Dayton, Ohio. I'll be back here with you on Sunday.
Out of the timeout, Detroit Mercy with 4 minutes of their season left, unless they can put together a furious rally. Titans are out of timeouts. And need the stops that got them back in this game to begin the second half. If you're just joining us, Green Bay built a 21-point first half lead, but Detroit Mercy led by 2 8 minutes into this second half. Came all the way back for Cam Hankerson put on a show. Cohen missing, but Small with the reset.
Another excellent rebound.
That is a double-double for Khalil Small. 19 points and now 10 rebounds. Hankerson, Jesperson left alone. Great hesitation and a perfect possession for Green Bay.
Yeah, Jackson had no chance down there. None.
Allen. Good look on the step back and a good shooting evening for Corey Allen. He's got 15 now, 3 of 6 from three-point range. Green Bay with the clock as its friend. Shot clock at 6. Small may have gotten away with the travel. Jesperson, another great head fake. He's used that to perfection here tonight, but couldn't get the 3 to go.
I always thought the head and shoulder fake is the most underutilized, greatest weapon in the game.
Allen couldn't finish as we'll go under 2 on this Green Bay possession. Cohen just discarding defenders every which way. Hankerson, boy, he went to the exclamation point and just got clipped a little bit from behind to deny it. Allen looking for another 3, but that one was blocked by Cohen. Now the Detroit Mercy bench calling out for who needs to get fouled. That was poked away by Prince.
It's only a 9-point game. I mean, they have life here.
That one would have given him a lot more life as McFoley couldn't go up. These two teams are gassed. Detroit Mercy right now completely out of gas in the tank, and that'll be the 4th foul against Chapman.
Yeah, they made their run, but they're only 9 down.
Detroit foul on Chapman.
That is the 9th team foul against Detroit Mercy. So 1 in the bonus for the MVP of tonight's game, Cam Hankerson, who was just holding both ends of the shorts, trying to get some air in the lungs and add to his 32.
Number 11 long, number 4 black.
He's going to remember this night.
He has exceeded his career high by 9 points at the moment. 12 of 17 from the floor. He's got 33 points on 17 shots. Make it 34. He's averaging 2 points every time he puts the ball up. Chapman needed that one, didn't get it, and this one is all but over for Green Bay. We actually have chalk on day 1 of this Horizon League
tournament. I don't normally see that.
The higher seeded team is going to survive and advance. That was an ill-advised pass from Hankerson. 14th Green Bay turnover. Allen works quickly, got fouled, and he'll head to the line.
Yeah, ball game's over, but that is a pass that just Lake Darner just not happy with. Poor decision.
Green Bay foul. Number 2 Pikes.
But they had their moments where they struggled, but they right the ship. They will step up in class tomorrow.
Disappointing sophomore season for Corey Allen. Shooting numbers dropped, but he's actually got a growth assist behind his left knee that has really plagued him this year. It'll be a routine procedure that will relieve the discomfort going into next season, and they are excited to have him back at full confidence and full throttle next year with Chapman and McFoley all returning for Detroit Mercy. 1 of 2 at that trip. Foul given by Long will send Pipes to the line, as both teams now operating in the double bonus. Wright State will be the opponent tomorrow for Green Bay. The Raiders won the season series, sweeping Green Bay 80-67, but it was a close one last time they met. Just a 4-point game beginning of February on the road in Dayton, Ohio. So Wright State not a team that's really going to blow anybody out this year, but Green Bay gave them a heck of a game in their building just a couple of weeks back, and will try and get the first win here in 2018 against the Raiders tomorrow. Chapman exits. 20 points tonight for Cam Chapman. 17 of them coming here in the second half. Allen finishes. Detroit Mercy did have one timeout remaining. Bakari Alexander chooses to use it.
This is not so much trying to win the game, but at this moment you tell your guys, look at that scoreboard. Let's go to work. Season's over, let's go to work. So next year, we are a team taking a step.
When Bakari Alexander was hired 2 seasons ago, there wasn't a person in college basketball that could think of a better hire than Bakari. Coming home to his alma mater, 1999 graduate, had shown great success on John Beilein's squad at Michigan. It has been a struggle. 16 wins, 7 losses coming up for Bakari in his 2 years at the helm of his alma mater. But as he continues to try and develop culture, next year's going to be very important, the 3rd year for Bakari. But what have you seen in watching this program over a couple of years that gives Detroit Mercy and Bakari especially some hope moving into the 2018-2019 campaign?
I think he gets guys to play hard. He has got to, replace some of the scoring that he's going to lose. And the big guy, Chapman, this is a make-or-break year coming up. He's got one more shot at it. This has got to be, okay, I'm thinking about the rest of my life because I can make a living at this game. Whether he's an NBA player or not, that can be debated. But there are a lot of opportunities to go play in Europe and make money and really set yourself up for the rest of your life. If that guy wants it, he's got the skill set to do it. It's how badly he wants to pay attention to his diet, his exercise. I mean, it's got to be 24/7. I take care of my books and I take care of my basketball. Everything else doesn't matter at this point. He has a gift that the good Lord gave him that others don't have, that he has a chance to set the rest of his life up.
Hankerson swallowed up by 3 defenders and will pad the stats at the other end.
I always like to talk about you got to love the process. You have to set your own process up, whatever that is. And then you have to stay loyal to that process. And that process has to include my books, my family, and my work for my job. My job is a basketball player right now. Now, if it doesn't mean that much, then you think about what else you want to do with your life. But from watching this kid and watching how he can compete and how he plays, he's got a gift. He has a chance to really take the game somewhere.
Career night for Cam Hankerson. Looks like he will finish with 36 in this one. As Black works the other way. Allen airmails that 3. And we'll see if Detroit Mercy sags off on the defense for the final 13 and a half.
They will.
Hankerson will hold, and only fitting the basketball ends in his hands to end the night. His 36 keying a Green Bay romp while they surrender the lead in the second half. Good fight, good bounce back by Link Darner's squad to take this one into the next day.
And now they move on to the bracket. If you look at that bracket, you take a look and they've got a challenge on their hands tomorrow. Green Bay, Wright State, but you get Hankerson to shoot the ball like he did, and you take care of the ball a little bit better. They had that hiccup in the middle. They can spring the upset. You and I have seen them here year after year.
How about that? A favored team won a game in this Horizon League championship. Game 2 tonight comes your way in a half an hour. Youngstown State and Cleveland State. But behind 52% shooting on the night, Green Bay survives and advances into the second round. For our entire crew and David Kaplan, I'm Will Haskett. We'll see you back here from Little Caesars Arena in a half an hour.